open the school. And I see different people go to school. Instead of giving job to the jobless, home to the hopeless, home to the hopeless. If my people make a system and make it wet, now they come up make it even by the cup of bread. One bench, you know the two positions, they sink in the work and kill the work position. Tell me what we need to go. So they think the purpose and just down for the poor. To be a body, you want to sell your soul. Either you cross the road or you bend down low. While I lie, I pray that my people rise. I want it, but we show that you're all of the try. The Lord, when we can need it, we can need it. When I see my country blessed with all its natural resources, and yet it's there I see my people living in hydroponics. And I question myself, where have we gone wrong? I just wish I had the power to share the national space so everybody can have their taste.
The country of our nation last, and I will elected Judah as a senator. You give me confirmation power, but I'm coerced to confirm people. So with people who say that if our president and myself will not work together, I think if our president doesn't want to work with me, I want to say clearly to the public so they can understand. We are best subjected. And therefore, national people are not going to accept that. Once I was elected as a senator of the country, I will be given the opportunity to work with them authority. It is my petition responsibility. I just said now, a group of citizens trying for me for a job. Then one individual supersedes everything. He does the country work, he does the nation work. Then who am I? If our president goes to the president and says, well, you might candidate my country leave with me. I don't cut a thing, can't work, you will listen to him. But in my mind, the vice president should respect to kids. Yeah, more than you can go to the vice president or the president to say that anything that has a name, please respect to him. Equal is so. When we make recommendations to be accepted as a legislator of the country, there is no good fit, but you cannot be the only one that will take the shot. When we live on a wayward, so I don't think that's the proper way to do it. Ask some people will not accept it. I can tell you for free. Where the period of time the Liverpool elected me for the time elapsed, they want to take their job, fine. But the Liverpool know that I'm somebody who is a straight talker, and they know that I can defend them, fine. I don't think that is the way we're supposed to go. We need to respect each other in this country. Politics should not be you go and got the upper hand, so therefore I can suppress anybody. No, for me, I'm a water. When you tie me on the other side, I can force another way to make way for me to leave. And what I'm saying here is what's happening. It's not secret. The power president is listening to people. Now, pretty soon will be power president running me to somebody. So, leaving it. Maybe you want to edit video. My disappointment is number one. When the vice president okay tell me, since he got his seat as vice president, how many persons have I recommended in this government to serve in the government as presidential appointee? Zero. Every appointment in Nimakani was done by him. He and I would discuss something as a brother. To implement it, you will bypass me and do different things. I don't talk on it. Look at what happened in district number 5. If my brother sincerely want to work with me, he's not listening to gossip. And we're working in harmony with respect to each other. You don't think he's supposed to call me and say, my man, you left me here. Why you're thinking? Because you are the one over there. Anybody that is rebel man, I will declare support for that person. It's a dumb deal for me to knock my person in this person, to carry the person, and the president said no objection. The senator who came from there, the senator of the candidate said that the person, when a party money will support the person. On the contrary, that we agree on something, we deviated from it. If I had gone already to challenge that I will support a government by all means, or I will support everybody by all means, openly declare that he is supporting Koto. How the world will look at us. Because the elderly person that decided to win everything and say, I will not do it. I will be neutral. My neutrality based on endurance. But I will fight and fight this great in my own district. He doesn't need a left of Nema County. When you are elected as a senator, it is your full responsibility to take charge of the country. No vice president, not president. Do you guys want me to stay for family and be happy and do such a thing as well? Then what is the senator? Even the party that the women left to all may still rest in peace. I'm looking there like an Oscar star person. You need to dignify me. You want to tell me I'm not organized? Why you think that Liverpool elected me as a senator? And I respect is not given to me. We should respect each other. Whosoever attempting to intimidate with voodoo, with sound of intimidation to say we'll bring somebody to do it, the Liberian way they say that flat. I would die natural death. Nobody will kill me. Even when you kill me, that beat you and you will be cursed. The curse will forever renew your hair, the blood stain will renew your hair, and you will not survive easily, you will end up with disgrace. How can you think, or why would you even think to take away somebody's life? For what? And the police will know up to the reported case to the record on the individual. Can you imagine? So if I was to die and I get charade, nobody will talk for it. They won't remember. Say what I should go, why you die for? If somebody all gonna stick they say all disease on me.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know y'all sleeping. Yeah.
Oh, and so welcome. Welcome to the platform. Welcome on the May week edition of the program Freedom Hot Talk here on Freedom FM 87.9.
Okay, let's go.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are following us from. This is Freedom Hard Talk here on Freedom FM 87.9. I'm back here again on Wednesday. Today happens to be the 6th day of May 2026. And today is Wednesday, ladies' night. So I want to say welcome to the platform. And I'm here, Junkies Morris, in your company. Hopefully today you hear the voice of our language tutor, the one who interprets for us in the largest vernacular in our country, the Belel vernacular. It's David Flomo. He's in studio, and he will be helping us with the Pele interpretation. A lot to be discussed. Back from we deep into them. People crying fast in terms of the economic condition of our people, giving the liberalization policy that tender and that concern and that authority you have. Ami Muda fires the VP Jeremiah Kwankun in terms of policies and agenda that have already been placed on the boat by the Ministry of Commerce at the time he was heading the Ministry of Commerce. Then announces nationwide protest on Saturday in PHP community. Then is the Solidarity and Trust for a New Day headed by Mobaki Molu Jr. Then will be announcing the nationwide protest to be staged on the 17th of July. And that official launch of and representing the Grand Crew County. So basically, let me quickly search here for a track, a track while we have an interlude to get our sponsors back on this platform.
Refugee, you know by refugee, you know by so that skin girl with a chocolate eye. But if you need punch at a short time, get the run to the pepper color. What they say, you finish it all in my eye, you finish cut in your speed. If you were you to all or anything, I would pay. They play a hell of a in my head. I think you more standing, you will give me on the bill. Man, you better, you sweet like Kawaki. For your belly, I will spend my Kawaki. We are women, she's not coming for the street. I can see every happy day on the green. It's all that. You wanna be there by fine. It's all that. I know you put it up on fire. It's all that. You wanna be there by fine. It's all that. I know you put it up on fire. Yeah, I know what happened. Soon as you scream up Palestine, don't lie, baby, not funny. It's not talking, that's only where happy. I let her back, you know, I let her from. I let the way you can dance to my song. So my baby keep on blowing on my own. Na. It's about musical. There are crimes in many places. In every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hand for the right authority. Well, they can't take care of it. Crime stopper here for us. Bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor. If you see you must talk it. I mean you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. My brother got successful music, mellow man, China, young folks to the 40. I'm in the squeeze up place, but we are living in the squeeze up place. It's kind of never living, but I squeeze up. Now we living in the squeeze up place. I'm in the squeeze up place, but we are living in the squeeze up place. It's kind of never living, but I squeeze up. Now we living in the squeeze up place. Anytime I see my people them suffer, they get ready to make me to feel so bad. Couple people play plenty inside the country, and every day things are getting.
Win big today with Win Liberia on Freedom FM. Yes, for just 100 Liberian dollars or 50 cent United States dollars, you can win from 4,000 Liberian dollars up to 10,000 Liberian dollars. And for 200 Liberian dollars or 1 United States dollar on Japa days, you can win from 15,000 Liberian dollars, 50,000 Liberian dollars, 100,000 Liberian dollars, and up to 1 million Liberian dollars. For these amazing prizes, dial *255*1#. Again, dial *255*1#. The more you play, the better your chances. It's Win Liberia Cash Giveaway on Freedom FM.
Are you seeking financial empowerment, dreaming of building your future? Then your solution is Bokonjide Group of Companies. Bokonjide, your trusted partner in microfinance, construction, and general services. We provide microfinance for many institutions like House of Representatives, the Liberian Senate, National Port Authority, Governance Commission, LRA, Gender Ministry, Corporate Development Authority, GAC, and Auto Lines Ministry and Agency with a percentage rate.
Yeah, thanks to our sponsors there. Thanks to our sponsors, Crime Stopper Liberia. And thanks to all of you for following. This is Freedom Hard Talk here on Freedom FM 87.9. And my name is Junkies Morris. I'm back on your show. This is the May week's edition of the program. Freedom Hard Talk here on Freedom FM 87.9. To you, Leo, man, smoke Roman, tomorrow marks your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy pre-birthday to you. Tomorrow marks your birthday. To all of you celebrating your birthdays, I want to say happy birthday to you. And thanks for always following us here on Freedom FM, Freedom Hard Talk. I'm Junkies Morris, and I'm here on your show again. And to our listeners, welcome. Our followings via the social media, let's quickly recognize these ardent supporters, these erudite and indispensable supporters of ours. Mawata Belete, good evening. Venetia's Junior Bar is here Saturday. Zonwie Wonduwole is watching from Atlanta, Georgia, the USA. Emmanuel Bro, good evening. Junkies Morris and my fellow viewers watching from Minnesota, Minneapolis, the USA. Dubon Hill is watching via our YouTube channel. Stanley Bozo is also following here. Stephen Fowler Jr. is watching from Chikisum Factory. Bendu David is following. Good evening, Freedom FM. My name is Willem Sigbe Jr. Kingston Jesse Willard from Plonko Brove City. Musai Sharif. Joe Zau is following. Heron Kobe she is also following. Moses Gadia is also following there. So Agatha Glasgow is watching from Tinker Village. Siliki Truare is following. Kobe Widow is watching from Kakata, Margibi County. Aminata Williams is celebrating her birthday on the 10th of May. Happy pre-birthday to you, Ami. Mama Zaka Longo. Ami, happy pre-birthday to you. You are celebrating on the 10th day of May, which is this month. Happy pre-birthday to you. Hope to celebrate with you in Grandsta, drinking my bottle of water. Sidiki Traore, good evening. Koibe Wido is following from Kakata, Magbi County. Jordan Sekou Vidole is following from Bakedu Township, Kwadum Bonu District, Lofa County. Michael G. Momo is following from Abel City, Abelville. Sis Lou Blackmon is sitting and watching. Gay Cecil Divine Grace Barson Jr. Is watching from Batnosville, Quebec. And Yankee Johnson, good afternoon. Grammar Police Mountains. I wasn't here, but I'm here now. So welcome and welcome to all of you. We can capture everybody. Time is of the essence. We got a lot to be discussed, a lot on our plate to be discussed. So let's quickly go to our talking points and start with the turning over of Freedom Communications. This will be an addendum to the hard work that have been achieved here by the entire management, from our honorable board chairperson, Honorable Sam Sion, Omen Sam Sion, our CEO, Honorable Kebe Sion, our general manager here, Honorable Kine, Oliver Kine, KOK, our director of radio, Honorable Wendell Nimnen, and all of our colleagues that I may not name here. Everyone have done assiduously well, tirelessly applied a joint effort that saw us reaching where we are today. I want to say kudos to the team. It's a plus to do a very hard work, a very great job that we see the entity being marketable, for which now there are a lot of bids to see Freedom FM being CEO, and to the extent that Honorable Councillor Fonati Kofa, representative of Grand Creek County and former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Republic of Liberia, have taken over and will be officially taking over this platform on the 8th at 6 o'clock Monday, let's say Friday, at the Boulevard Hotel there in Cinco. And so that's it. Kudos to all of you that continue to make this a success. I want to say a special thank you to our board chairperson, Honorable Samson, for his endless support, his immaculate work that have been done over the years in making this platform a great one. Freedom FM cannot be outside of the first two radio stations that anybody will call in Liberia. It's remarkable. It is something that endued and incurred hard work, dedication, commitment, and resilience, to include investment, and that glory and that tab will have to be given on the back of our honorable board chairperson, Honorable Omer Sam Sion, the CEO, Honorable Kebe Sion, and our General Manager here, Honorable Kine Oliver Khan. So I want to say kudos to all of you, and to our incoming CEO, welcome. And we are here. We are prepared to embrace you. I think it is almost like, John Palmator wishing on John Rice. So we are into it, and we are prepared to keep the ball rolling in line with good minors. In line with good minors. Thank you for taking over, and we hope the betterment of this platform for the benefit of our people there in Sonewe, in Gibraltar, there in Batigen, in Wasonga, in Jiritabo, in Jibio, in Borobo, in Osoroken, all the way there in Maryland County, and there in Glanstown, in Yapastan, in Riverside County, and then in Yekepa, in Bang, there in Ima County, in Ziastan, Batigen, two-zone Grangida County, and all over the country. This radio can be felt. So I want to say kudos to the new setup. And I will quickly go to this issue that is surrounding the security of our people there in Nima County being expressed, very concerning, and being expressed by Honorable former Representative Garrison Dode Yellow Jr. So I'll read what he posted. The reports coming from Nimba today are profoundly disheartening and do not reflect the true character of the county I call home. It is shameful that anyone who seeks to undermine our progress by exploiting our youth for political objectives and seeing young people used as a pawns in broad daylight is a betrayal of the values that have made it Nimba a leader in development and education. Nimba's greatest asset is unity in diversity, and a cornerstone of our progress is ensuring a welcoming environment for all, including non-Nimbians, to exercise their democratic rights. If we resort to hostility and block others from holding rallies, we jeopardize the safety and freedom of our own leaders when they campaign in other counties. So true, Honorable Yelu. This cycle of intolerance is unacceptable. We must reject these divisive tactics and uphold the inclusive spirit that defines us, rather. Our country deserves better than staged propaganda. It deserves a commitment to the peace and mutual respect that allow us to thrive. And this is responding to the same consolidation of power continue to tell you people about that Jeremiah Cohen people. So if the CDC people decide to go for any rally, it will be disrupted. Violence will be staged. Inside traders will be placed within so as to blemish the reputation of the CDC there in Nimba and dwindle the support base that the CDC had already grown in Nimba County based on the development that the CDC have done there under the 6 years of former president. We are in the continuous support the CDC and its political leaders, Tenor Barrow, Ambassador Dr. George Manesse, Gosi Legend, Peculiar Perspicacious, we are continue to give to the people of Nima in terms of unity, reconciliation, and continuous social political support in making sure that they have some level of free mind so that they strive for the economic ends meet. This is the role being played by former President Weah and other CDC staff to even include Honorable Garrison Yelu. So people are having their rallies, their get-togethers, their assemblies, which are constitutionally guaranteed, and you people, because you are in power, using the influence of the vice president, Mr. Jeremiah Kuhn, and you people are starting what it will be termed as a creeping election or electoral violence. You people are intending to create violence because you think that when it is not you, it should not be anyone else. Is that how you people are turning it? Is that how you people want it to be? Are you people really serious that people will not be free in Nimba? This one Jeremiah Kuhn is being seen by few Liberians who are cowards as a demon god. This Jeremiah Kuhn, this man who is only respected because he's occupying the second most powerful office and the second highest seat in our country. But this is somebody who does not represent that office. And this is the same man that have been crying foul and saying if it reaches the point where the government will have to revoke people's work permits, we will do so to make sure our people get space in their own country. This is the vice president speaking. And here is the response from Amit Modar, the former minister of commerce. The reason why the former Minister of Commerce is responding to Mr. Vice President Jeremiah Bankun like this is because of what Austin Marcel laid basis on yesterday. That the Vice President is in a position to execute, to act. The Vice President is in the authoritative seat to make policies that will serve the best interests of all Liberians and generations to come. So he should not be crying foul. So this is the response from their own party chairman, former and former Minister of Commerce. Ami Modar Rai. Thanks for the confidence. Indeed, Vice President Jeremiah Bankun Sr. is doing commendable work. However, it is deeply concerning that amid the weight of his constitutional responsibilities and the inherent complexities of governance, he is compelled to assume functions that belong to the Ministry of Commerce. That is the first thing Mr. Ami Modar tried to register. The function of the Ministry of Commerce and Industry turned over to the office of the Vice President. On what basis? When there is a law, there is a provision for the Ministry of Commerce to take charge, to assume full responsibilities or responsibility of all affairs and activities that are regarding or that are related to commerce and industry, not the office of the Vice President. So he is directly saying to the Vice President that this is a clear usurpation of function. The same thing that you used to speak on. One man in more than 3 positions. The same thing they were again when they were opposition. So you tell me what will lead into? So the thing they call peace and justice, nothing for the poor.
For all they say, we go to school, so no job for all, we get problem. Hustling in the street now, they get money beyond do. I didn't get your chair. All they take your market. What they want to do now?
Well, I'm a graduate of the state-run university, and everywhere I've applied,
You know what it mean? You get eye, you can't see. You get mob, you can't tell your folk can't even walk. People hating you because you in the cap. Why you got the name in the cap? You're all in the community. What if I say the day for those with disability? Then come and say they reopen the school. You now see hungry people go to school instead of giving job to the job. Jobless, hope to the hopeless, home to the homeless. They manipulate the system and make it worse. Now they come and make it even by the cup of rest. One man in more than 3 positions. The same thing they were against when they were opposition. You tell me what we did it to. So they think they got peace and justice, nothing for the poor. To be a money, they want you sell your soul. Either you cross the road or you bend down low. But I pray that my people rise. That one day God will show them they're all the cry. The same thing they were at the common make it even by the cup of bread. One man in more than 3 positions. The same thing they were against when they were opposition.
Yeah. The same thing they were against when they were opposition. So Ami Modar is reminding the Vice President that, Mr. Vice President, with all due respect, you supposed to have declined or advised the President, since you are clothed with the responsibility to assist the President in the discharge of his duties, functions, and responsibilities, but not to usurp the function of the Ministry of Commerce. Because, Mr. Vice President, you cannot be ubiquitous. It means you can be found and seen everywhere. It's not possible. You are a single individual. There is no way you'll be ubiquitous to be everywhere. You are the Capitol building, you to Putu Iron O. The next day, you to B Mountain. The other day, you to ArcelorMittal. The other time, you there making decisions for appointment. The other time, you there interfering with the House of Representatives, internal politics. The other time, you there making sure you influence the removal of Speaker representatives. The next time, former lawmakers, before dying, accusing you indirectly, calling you, since I left your hall, it's easy with me. And if I know what's going on, I can see my way through. And that person did not see the way out. And I was the end, all those different allegations, acquisitions, missteps, excesses, and corrupt draconian intentions and policies, usurpation of functions, intruding and invading, trespassing, and encroaching on positions that are not supposed to be under your jurisdiction as vice president. This is a raw quest for power. It is dangerous. It is an existential threat to our survivability as a democracy. And I think there's a need that men who are supposed to stand make it their responsibility now to take the bull by the horn. Otherwise, this blatant power consolidation that is being carried out by Jeremiah Kuhn and Mr. Joe Bwaka is unacceptable and is uncalled for, and it cannot be allowed to nurture, because it will be a very dangerous precedent for us as a country, because I see this fellow to be a desperate power greed individual who wants to be everywhere. The next time you hear the name Jeremiah Kuhn as vice president is taking charge of Ministry of Commerce responsibility, even though they are creating the Ministry of Commerce, strictly spell out those responsibilities, duties the ministry is charged with. The next time you hear the Honorable Vice President, Mr. Jeremiah Kuhn, who's occupying the second most highest seat in our country, is being placed over the Putu negotiation, which is also a usurpation of constitutional responsibility of the president. Because let me say this to you, Mr. President, maybe you are forgetting, because the last time I checked, I think you got some issue with dementia and the problem with the L central trypanosomiasis compound. These are complexity of compounded illness that disallow critical thinking and reasonable judgments, because when you have these things, all you experience is deranged mindset. So, Mr. President, you and Mr. Jeremiah Kuhn, the vice president, I want to remind the both of you. Maybe you are forgetting, and do not threaten the peace and security of our country based on your reckless and misguided actions that are not in line with the Constitution. Constitutionally, Mr. President, you are in error. Go and read the Constitution. Read the Constitution clearly. Read Article 51 of the Liberian Constitution. It states that no authority that is vested in the office of the president to be exercised by the office of the vice president. We're getting there. We're getting somewhere. just keep following, and you understand from whence I'm coming. The vice president, he that place into the other place. So that constitutional issue now, the vice president is negotiating concession issue. So follow. This is Freedom Hard Talk here on Freedom FM 87.9. My name is Junkies Morris, and I am your host, your proud servant. I am proud to be here to dedicate my time and exercise my responsibility as a citizen to doing for country and making sure that we set the basis on which this country develops. Constitutional provisions prohibit the vice president to carry out such function. So I know what the president thinking. You know, the people say, okay, Article 51. Establishment of the office of vice president, prescribing term of office. There shall be Mr. Language Tutor, David Flomo. You will come in. Yeah. Let me expand. Then you come in and fire for our people to get the the interpretation of what we are saying here through the largest vernacular in the country. That's the Pele vernacular. We decided to make the program a unique. Help me with that. We decided to make the program a unique one. So we added S into the kick. So he will be here popping in once in a while until we set up all of the mechanism to make sure that his appearance be consistent and regular. There shall be a vice president who shall assist the president in the discharge of his functions. The vice president shall be elected on the same political ticket and shall serve the same term as the president. The vice president shall be president of the Senate and preside over its deliberations without the right to vote, except in the case of a tie vote. He shall attend meetings of the cabinet and other governmental meetings and shall perform such functions as the president shall delegate or deem appropriate, provided that no powers specifically vested in the president by the provisions of this constitution shall be delegated to the vice president. And that power to grant concession agreements before they go to the legislature for ratification, to sign concession agreements, is only done by the president of the Republic of Liberia. Because if you read the constitution, it says that no power, Article 51 says no power dedicated to the president shall be exercised by the vice president. So when you read Article 9, that talks about the president and the republic mitigating and aligning with bilateral and multilateral partners, creating that line and that relations. And also, if you read Article 57 of the Liberian Constitution, it provides for the president to be the only one to conduct the foreign affairs of our country. So the president in that line is directly responsible to sign on to concession agreements and conclude them, because when the concession agreement goes to either of the chambers, the Senate or the House of Representatives, and they pass, the House of Representatives pass on it as an engrossed bill and send it to the Senate. The Senate concur and sends it back to the president. He approves as a conclusion for it to be printed into handbill by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. This is the protocol. This is the channel. So how come the vice president, let's go to Article 57. The vice president will be in charge of this when Article 57, presidential power to conduct foreign affairs and concession agreements. The people were going to put you INO, the library. The Liberian, the president shall have the power to conduct the foreign affairs of the republic, and in that connection, he is empowered to conclude treaties, conventions, and similar international agreements with the concurrence of a majority of each house of the legislature. So what's going on? What's going on? Usurpation of function, threat to democracy, undermining the rule of law, excessive abuse of power, massive and uncontrollable reckless corruption under the guise of a tyrannical kleptocratic regime headed by Mr. Joe Boaka and co-piloted by a man called Jeremiah Kun, who is very immature and occupying the second most highest seat and making misguided and reckless remarks that are tantamount to eroding the peace and stability we enjoy as a country, endangering the safety, well-being, and happiness of millions of Liberians because he's been blindfolded with the power that has run his head over plus to the extent that he's confused and just making errors, usurping the function of the president. Who told you people? That's what Jeremiah Kun himself said. Yeah. Jeremiah Kun himself said it, that the president is old. The president can't make it. So the president has forgotten that he has a constitutional responsibility under Article 57 of the Liberian Constitution to provide for concluding treaties, conventions, and other agreements that are in line with his responsibility as the president of our country. And any responsibility he has as a president and duties function, none of those powers shall be used or exercised or dedicated to the office of the vice president. So what's going on is a clear testament, it's a vindication, it's a clue that what we've been saying here, the president is out of touch, the president is very old, the president does not have the ability to remember, the president is making decisions as verily a stooge, the president is being remote controlled by individual like Jeremiah Kun to the extent that the president will forget that he's sharing his power with Vice President Jeremiah Kun. This is what happening, Mr. President. So you forget quickly, go back in your closet. Say you're not reading the Constitution, you're lazy, you don't get time, you're enjoying yourself with the Liberian people money, milking the Liberian people money, sandwiching with the Liberian people money, and shawarmaing with the Liberian people money. So you people don't have time. You don't have time because what you do is just to enjoy yourselves. When day breaks, you won't know what Liberian people going through. So you as a president, you get there sleeping, because that's what trypanosomiasis does. It's an African sickness that's is contacted from a fly here in Africa that travels with such disease, and it disallows you to keep up in terms of your vigilance and sorry, that was a water break. It does not allow you to keep up in terms of your vigilance and having foresight on issues as they unfold. So these are the problems, these are the negatives that we are faced with as a country with a Joe Boaka as president. So what you have is a raw quest for power by Jeremiah Kun, knowing that the president is weak, the president is flat-footed, the president is incompetent and incapacitated. The president does not have the wherewithal now to lead the country in the rightful direction because the president is suffering from old age.
So I supported Joseph Boaka, knowing that by 2023 he'll be tired. Okay. Knowing that 2023
you'll be tired. You could have a good heart, a good everything good, but the brain is going down. You're not holding it and you're moving down the hill. This is nature. My father, right now, I buy him pamper. Every day I gotta buy him pamper. There's a man who bought me pamper before. I'm buying pamper now because the time has reached. So I thought the old man could be president in 2017 and run for this. And he said, he said, when you run for one term, he said, I agree with him. 2023, no, I disagree. In my mind, he should rest, find somebody else.
In my mind, he should rest and find somebody else. Now Jeremiah couldn't talking about Boaka. So you're thinking, say, we're talking here, that just empty talk. You're sit down, soprano, tight lip, and taciturn with cowardice and just looking at incompetence continue to go on, and you people are betraying the process. All you do, your raw quest for money, you place your bellies in a wheelbarrow and just moving from one office to another, soliciting crumbs, peanuts, and succumbing your freedom, your independence, your intelligence to individuals that are considered here as miscreants, people who are misguided, who don't have a clue as to what to do to make things better for our country to move forward in line with development and prosperity. So you sell your bellies for little or nothing. At the end of the day, what happens is you fall in a bracket of one, your belly is controlled by somebody, they definitely will control your mind, because he who controls the belly controls the mind. Lawmakers receiving monies to remove their fellow lawmaker after you being paid above the waters to dignify the offices you occupied. You've been paid hugely. Committee allowances, different allowances, to the extent that lawmakers are being paid or are being accorded resources, monies to pay for or to bail out or mortgage their rental service fee. Lawmakers are being paid rent. They're paying rent for lawmakers, the houses they live in, almost everything. They are getting duty free. That's why this same Jeremiah Coleman was the last time speaking on fronting for people and lawmakers using their duty free to clear business people continuous and invading taxes, depleting the efficiency of the LRA to adequately fully consolidated account to meet up with budgetary allotments and appropriation. This government is failing on all of those things. They are only after to chocolate the country resources. That's just all they are interested in. So what you have now, they are going against one another ideas because they do not have a synchronized plan, an agenda, vision to move this country. They were only anxious with their lies, misinformation and disinformation, with their greed and raw quest for power, and just clamp down on every good thing that was being done with their negative propaganda and the evil intention for this country. And unfortunately, Liberians fell to those lies, and today the realities are setting in. And they just jumped to power without a plan. When there was a proper agenda for prosperity and development, a PAPD already established, set ready, and soon former President we are hit the executive mansion, that was a clear hitting the ground running. So the agenda was from start to end of the 6 years regime encrypted. You get a agenda and vision. The main part of your regime before your agenda is fully consolidated and synchronized. You are a failed politician. Everywhere you went, you failed, Joe Baka. When we recount and go into the timeline of history, when you were at the Ministry of Agriculture, you feel that was why you were sacked. The LPMC, that because of you, Gaddafi, $30 million to include equipment and other viable resources that were sent to this country for the production of surplus rice. So Liberia had comparative advantage ever since now in the exportation of rice, surplus here for our consumption, since it is our staple food. Mr. Joe Barker, you went down there and carried gluttony there, excessive greediness, and that place you milked everything from there to the extent that the machines were just languishing in the butchers there, and you kill LPMC. Only we are revived LPMC when it was changed to LACRA, that is the Liberia Agricultural Commodity Regulatory Authority. So you have no standing here, Joe Barker. The place you killed Joe, we are revived the place. That is LACRA, LPMC. They just changed the name, but at the same function. The LPRC, everywhere you went, you depleted those places' coffers. You were involved with petty thievery. You were involved with taking the Liberian people money. You have never worked hard for yourself, Mr. President. You and Jeremiah Kun, you're not work hard for yourselves. You people had always depended on Liberians. You have leashed on this country. You have leashed. You have parasite on this nation, on our people, and you continue to do it. And you think we sit here while you consolidate power unchecked, because many of our brothers in the opposition community from different political parties are cowards, incompetent, and treacherous people, betrayers. So you think there will be nobody to stay? That's why Amara Conan, Senator of Bapuru County, said there is lot to be unveiled. The Unity Party guys, the Loyalty Party people were running. The other group running from the other side. So he needed to step back a bit. Let them flow. So you see how the guys anxious for power, they deal on it. Power in your hand, now you're not able to do anything. Your own people, you're going after them because they're telling you the truth that you're stealing. You say people were stealing around the place with no evidence. But your own is blatant, pervasive. The entire world can see that you people are milking the economy of our country. The country is producing wealth, but a few of you just sitting on it. Few kleptocrats, greedy people. In continuation of what Amin Moda was saying, then before we go to the announcement concerning stand, our language tutor will come in with a little interpretation of what we said and continue to say here. You see, so Amin Moda said, during the first 3 months of my tenure, I undertook a comprehensive assessment of Liberia's trade and industrial landscape, as well as the institutional capacity of the Ministry of Commerce and Industry to drive meaningful economic transformation. I also commissioned the development of a 5-year strategic plan anchored in decisive policy and operational reforms that by now should have been delivering measurable impact in the following areas. Listen, Liberians. He will interpret for you, our people, that may not understand all the BB book, what we can be speaking here. One, empowering Liberians to take ownership of their economy. That Amin Moda saying it will not junkies Morris. Amin Moda, former Minister of Commerce, said these are policies that they sort of go back. You got to put a vice president over it when it's sort of be over the Senate there presiding. You put in a vice president over these functions that you, the president, get authority on when the vice president is presiding the Senate there. Is that not conflict of interest? Look, let me say this to the president. You are forgetting about plenty of things. When you go back to Article 3, it tells you clearly. The vice president, yes, it functions clear. So that's why you need to be smart, Mr. President. Anyway, I can't blame you. Your old age. Jeremiah Kun said it, and we all said it. Just Liberians say, they like to test everything. When they see the true nature of what was being tested or what is being tested, then they come to themselves. I trust them. They are intelligent people. They are very good people, magnanimous. They always give you the opportunity to strive. It's left with you. In the case that Tomo Faradin, I was saying plank, saying plank, and body plank, and Liberians, through former President George Weah, Liberians gave them the opportunity today. They are wildcats. The level of pomposity have escalated to an uncontrollable level that even one of the greatest ingrates in the world in Judah Ascarat could be compared to the brother called Tomo Fala. So these are some of the things that continue to go on. Ami Moda is speaking to your conscience, Liberians. Don't take this for joke. Because the president is supposed to know that the vice president is the head of the Senate. Do you know what that means? It renders the vice president powerless in the executive and gives the vice president power in the legislature. You understand that?
I understand.
You see how the people, the funders, and the crafters of the Constitution, you see how smart they were. You see how they balance the power. So it means that if the vice president will be taking on such responsibility as required constitutionally under Article 57 of the Liberian Constitution, 1986 revised, then it means it is a constitutional violation because Article 3 says that no one functioning in one government shall have the authority to function in the other government. And this is the case. The vice president presiding over the Senate, they should be calling people for oversight and chastising people as to their doings, their functions, and doing the right thing in their various departments and entities, institutions, and agencies. Then the vice president is at the same time at those places calling the shots, making decisions there, and setting his own terms. And at the same time, he will be there as the referee to blow in his favor. You see the kind of weak president that you get. You see how weak the president is. Just one of the polar crisis before you people discover the weakness, but we're now looking at these critical architectures. These are critical architectures that are important to carefully handle so that the country remains stable, peaceful, and prosperous. It tells you that the president, what he's doing, the president off. The president not even know that the vice president, if the vice president had his support, but because he knows that he does not have a constituency, the reason why he ain't want to do anything foolish. Because the constituency is not there, that's why nothing can be done by the vice president that will be outside of constitutional guardians. Because he does not have a constituency. He does not have a base. He's an empty political vessel. The vice president is an empty political vessel with no numerics. Senator Johnson is dead. He had never won any election yet and had never triumphed to any level based on his individual capacity to affect the lives of people and his individual capacity to prove as an outstanding statesman that can make the change and the difference. He is an empty political vessel with no numerics. He has no clue of where he is today, and it was only because of the late Senator Prince Johnson political difference. That's why he's there. He has no clue of where he is. So he's jumping from one tree to another. So plenty constitutional violation were going on. Joseph Boakana seeing it, Jeremiah Kun enjoying it, and they just there acting there, yeah, pony rabbit. They can. uh, so Moda reminding the vice president of these things that they think already put in place. It's now for them a 4 5 year strategic plan. While I was in office in the first 3 months, these are the things we set up, and here we are now. I expected that these things are being implemented or are in the process of being implemented. Now for you to be crying foul, talking about revoking people permit when you are the vice president of the country and you preside over the Senate when you have that level of influence and even being given the authority to spearhead commerce issue that should be squarely under the Ministry of Commerce authority based on the act establishing that ministry. You crying, baby. So, two, re-establishing Liberia's credibility as a stable, enabling, and business-friendly destination. So, three, ensuring that the ministry operates with consistency, predictability, and efficiency. These are the core of the commerce environment in our country. That environment, that community has to be credible. That community, it has to be consistent and predictable, efficient. Yes, it should be enabling and stable and business friendly too. Then you have investors coming with free mindset. You can't be running behind investors because you want to eat everything. Get a bra rabbit. You either give it down at the end of the day, start collecting a piece until you take almost everything, then people be left with nothing. Then you take abundance. You think it's smarter than who? Hmm? Four, improving both the quality and affordability of goods and services in a domestic market. People restamping goods is being uncovered by the Ministry of Commerce. They can't go to court. Nothing can be done. The whole thing end of fly. Everything end of fly. Liberian people eating expired goods. Nobody won't know because the people not get money. Say the expired chicken they say expensive. Then when you get money to go buy dry fish or to go buy good food. Before we used to eat that thing, some say we will let it go share food because like just because the Pecono Banana is a Joseph Boaka and Jeremiah who made the area tight, so we can just be forced to manage it. But I think that you even say know which one expire, you know which one good. Because we put it in the pot, you can see expiring date on it. That the former Minister of Commerce, former party chairman of Unity Party, telling Jeremiah Kun and Joseph Boaka that they must improve both the quality and the affordability of goods and services in the domestic market. The same thing we've been saying on this platform. I've been calling on the government to have a contingency plan, a fallback position that will see to it that when prices are skyrocketing because of the global tension and global economic crisis that may have, a ripple trickle down effect on Liberia, because we are part of the global village and global community, there should be a contingency plan, a fallback position to improvise, which is usually referred to as subsidies, providing subsidies to ease the burden so that the increment can affect the consumers who you are leading and who lives you want to be better, for which the place is there to lead them. The government have not done that. The government is arrogant and does not want to listen to my advice. So these are things the former party chairman, Amin Moda, and former Minister of Commerce, they may all ride in a big car and Joseph Boaka saying that, hey, saying you. Not Junkie Morris saying you. 5, with a focus on value addition, we were strengthening Liberia's external trade position through sustainable improvements in the balance of trade. The same thing I continue to say, comparative advantage. We add value here. We extract the products wherever we extracting them, whether cash crop, whether in a money sector or whatsoever, and we add value through the booming of electricity. We add value and make sure employment is created and expand our economy, provide a balance of trade because of the comparative advantage we have in terms of export with the world. How hard it is. You're saying it every day. You're reading about it every day. You have policy discussion on them. Useless workshops and conferences. What are you doing now to implement these things? Oh, Jeremiah Kuna, only your raw quest to seize power from Joseph Boakai. You just waiting. Jada will lie waiting for DA. Laborious economic progress cannot rest on individual effort alone. No matter how capable, it requires institutions that function as designed, leadership that executes with discipline, and a clear commitment to the strategic priorities that drive national growth. So you see, so this is it on the radio. So this is it. The former Minister of Commerce, the former chairman of Unity Party, is calling on his own vice president, his own people, where he can and put the power. You know what he power together, calling on it. That man, you start doing all the koyokaya thing and the tricky thing right. You know what's up. You know get it on the bogie. What else ought to do? Well, you can maybe acting there. You want to set up committee. You want to be doing all the tricky thing. Yeah, Zogo then I can get Galasi that kind of tricky thing. Head and nail on the head. If you think you're ready to develop this country, go by the policies that are laid down. The laws, they are good ones. They are in the books or on the books. So we just need an implementation. You get one vice president and one flunky vice president. Whole day on the other side, tomorrow on the other side, violating the constitution, using the disability and incapacitated presidential posture on the part of Joe Boakai, and using the weakling administrative standing of Mr. Joe Boakai to intrude and invade our democracy with his raw quest for power is the only thing he's concerned with. These are things we're discussing. Our language tutor, you can just say, flow for our people a bit while we just discussed. Then we'll go quickly to the announcement of staying nationwide protests that should be taking place on Saturday in PHP community by 2 o'clock. Go ahead, our language tutor.
Isa daba yang mau gai kumate bo gai fulai bo. Lalu mah aku sewa salu di rumah. Ku pamah panama ni kwa gundu aku ngapono. Nua deka gai ku dengan mai malera deka menyo deka gai aku gundu aku ngapono ma. Nyama ya malera gai ka ku lo chulang ka me walu di rumah. Nua lu malera ka kwa no nguju. Ya gai. Na ngwa daga ma ami muda ga tu kana malwe lu ni mayo. Mengai kre ek bada nga ple du mui kana ku pedang mi ga gol bani daga ma Jeremiah gu aganya ga ngwai mi ga na ga ma wo jamana ga ngwai go plang me kre na ga na ngwai ga na ju no ka nga ngi ya de kai ku ru ti se de ka ti je ku de ru pona de ka du pom ma ke kana no ku tom pla ka de mu men diga gay to forget le Jeremiah gu kana ami muda man ek bada bledu mui e bwen e ne na kana ya na li na mani mana iga I forget e ko plan ige ko plan kana ya na wai na te na daga mai I president ga du kanya ga na ga gema kana nweje na because me kre kana we ga ge nya na la ga di ma me ke na we ga ge nya ga ge ka bana ga kan ja nwa ma mani di te ga boy kana bo no lo kre ku ble du mu di adon pele ka de mu don du gbe be ga na nya wa je do bo ga ka na gu tong ga lai I ka na ka po mo ni go mani ga don be mi ka bana li la Cái này mình ngay cả cái người người chung đứa nào người cha đứa nó cả na cái plan nào cũng được người mày lên nó đã t-shirt đã để cái pona các bộ mà cái mà lấy cái đi chúng ta bỏ cái bia cái con mà nuôi đã cái mà chờ mà cũng cái đứa cái này mày cái chờ mà cũng cái na cái bỏ cái đấy nhà em nó bỏ cái đấy đu mu nhà đã cái mà xem rồi cái đứa nhà nó mày cái mày na so anh đang quay na cái na bỏ cái gì đu mu na so tí cái kwa manu kana ngwe gana tige lo bia tu no kwi kana ngwe ge fa president ka kwa ma we di kana tige bia tu no kwi ya ngwe di na ge ya ngwe di ngi ko ya ngwe di ga ipopo nu po ka dana ipa de memo ka di ga moya de ai li bre ngumu mani kana le ka fa se age ipa ma le ne bla ngu po nai ka me kre ku bana ka fa no ge ka ne la ni karena kakpo pada na karena kakpo kalau punya mi apa dah kali mai bega enak ya na ikan bon we dia be jodoh baka anak polo na so mekre biar no ya naga ya iwo di mai ga mega biar ya pembo ya jodoh baka mi jodoh apa anak anu polo na fa bon we fa bon la to blu ka fa apre na go kado na on poko to ta ga ma je ma gun ngwe ga do kana nuang ang po ku ka to ku le ne diga toy fulonga tina ya mu kana mrenga po ka mu dia di nyaw ka ge di mrenga ka ge nwe ngi sui malele ka ge ka ku nwe bu ka ka ni a mene mana diga di fege ka nwe bu kani po ka nwe ka mal ka po dom po ka da tu mu te ka kula ika kule nu polu kuna nu polu ika ibele ko matter be ka ne don pele ka du mu ngaba di na ngalu no kamuma amega ika no de ka kule ni dia kuna no dia dana ilo na na don no ya ra gbede pa na nwe ma nyi tina to papa nwe bu gbe tina kulo ni ngadu ma le so boy kunne be ka di ke gwa ngai du ma jodo ba nga ko me la pa do kula na kule ne diga te na diga pone plenga ni so ni daga chambre de ma ipa da fa bon chon tole ko ni ma ni na na pana kana don pole kada du mu nyawa don ko le kada du gbere di dana kana pole ma mani mana diga don ko le kada du mu mai ti na ge ti kana do po ma ni ka ni ma fo ne ni ikan we ni ma ifo pa go nu boy bia ya ba me la ke dio nya ifo ma me ni ke ka wa don pele du mu nya wa era pele ke di ke ma ya kun kanu jama kun bia do no pe bia igbo ni ma kante kanu nwe ya na je na jama kun jong ba na pa lo ni ma bi ko na ka na anu ko da na president ya na we na ikpokpo mo ni ko na ke ya ba na bele ke ya ba ga be ke na bi ko na fe ipolu ika na ga boga jama ku ya ngwe bia fe ngwe bia na ka isi efle che ngai na ina anu grana ka fe me ta ke nwe juo ka sie kanu na de di te ka pona ka de ka do kra do na di yang ani ta ka ma cho opon wi ya nya anui ka anwe ngu nu inga nu a chumbulu ko e me ko nga ga nu a die e ko nu ya ko ai ko la ko kapaka gunu ebo te di te na kapona ka na kapoti ka tina ka to ka ka wo nyomfe ika ka da diga glanga if I woto dia me yang we ge nya yang we go kana me di lu pa dom pele ka de me $10 ble du mu de ika na to pa ika di na ika na ma ika te di na ma ika po tong ba de ya ge na pa na ko nu ikre yin ati kana me ko ik mo nu dia ma me ka ga ga de ti te pa nai me ne ka ga di kana ka pa ka de ka gunu dia ti fo me le ta ke ka fo me le ta ke ku de ne diga mo na ku le ne ta lo pono toy ti fo ka pa cholo boy ku ne ba ti fo ngodi ko polo mu ti fo chama ko ri because of na ti de ne diga jam pe ngadi ko ti fo cha cholo boy aba ke do ngi ko polo mu so do ngi mai so po ngwe ji ngwe la wa ti o flo mu Kenga bo, you go ipoda kafira.
Okay.
There in Nampoda guy, you go in Napoda guy, but Anima, Sana Lumanya. Ke what you go former Luma, I need a mammy Flubogade, Kena Dagama Boy, or Paprika, no po. Keka, Paul Baba, and Poya, Posana, Eraduma. Former Deja de Mabrica, and would make a low joke and gazi one for calling me a quo. Quacano Coluno, Catubo for calling me. So, is there now? Corabune, like Gobune Tabona. Again, another for calling measure.
Okay. Okay, thank you. That was David Flomo. He's our language tutor here on the program Freedom Hard Talk here on Freedom FM 87.9. And my name is Junkies Morris. I'm the host here tonight. Austin Kawai is out. Junkies Morris here in with our language tutor, Mr. David Flomo from Bon County.
Nambo Bongare Loma, I can
Yeah. Oh, so that's our language tutor. So the Solidarity and Trust for a New Day stand headed by Mobake Molu announces a nationwide protest on Saturday in PHP community. The protest will be taking place on July 17. The announcement is on Saturday, 2 o'clock in a PHP community. And by 12 o'clock, people from all over the country, young boys that are being chased from the streets, marketeers that are being dislodged, or people that have been turned into rolling stones, will converge from the different places, from diverse backgrounds, from different political parties, different communities, and different religious sects to converge and come together in unison with one voice behind the Solidarity and Trust for a New Day stand and other coalition, civil society institutions that have joined ranks with the Solidarity and Trust for a New Day stand in making sure that they stand up against the Joe Barker misrule and Jeremiah Kun clinch on power, make sure that they dislodge and dismantle the huge and blatant consolidation of power that is pervasive for the whole world to see being carried out by particularly Jeremiah Kun and even Joseph Boakai, evidence of interference with the judiciary and consolidating power there, making sure that you instill fear in your political opponents and going after perceived political competitors, and also grounding his wing at the level of the National Elections Commission, making sure that he's grounded there, making sure a puppet is placed at the Election Commission as in Jonathan Widow, who is rejected by all Liberians, unless Joe Boakai and Katumu Boakai and few of them who are so greedy to hold on to the Liberian people power, even though Liberians gave this power willingly. And they are also trying to beef up the Liberian National Police through a misguided, reckless, and irresponsible police director who is heading the Liberian National Police, Gregory Kumo. And all of these excesses within the governance structure of Boakai, broad violations of constitutional provisions, to include the reckless action by the now de facto regime speaker, Mr. Richard Namwe Kun, to do a broad day burglary on a sitting speaker's office when the then speaker, Honorable Councillor Jonathan Fonanti Kofa, was being persecuted politically, and was being witch hunted by these miscreants, these unscrupulous, misguided, draconian mindset leaders who don't have good intention for our country to move forward. And you see these guys continue to put themselves together. Liberians have decided to join forces, join ranks with the stand, which is Solidarity and Trust for a New Day, headed by Mobake Molu, to stand up against Joe Boakai and his people, who are going with draconian policies that are easily rendering or into a creeping dictatorship, a totalist regime of a police state headed by one Joe Bwaka and co-piloted by Jeremiah Kun, who is so greedy for power and going after almost everybody's life, to include mine here. And all of these SSs decided to stand up against them since there is nobody to stand up. Because we can keep sitting and allow our country to go in the doldrum. We cannot sit idly. We can sit by, tight-lipped, taciturn, and allow our country to fall for more than 200 years again. We cannot allow that. And this is the direction Bwaka is taking us to. In fact, they are even seeking to go after Senator Amara Kone for statement used in the chamber of the Senate, which is protected and privileged under Article 42 of the Liberian Constitution 1986 revised. So all of these things, they are just clear indications that Joe Bwaka and his Jeremiah Kun empowering the Scribner chicken at the LMP there to come after people who they know will defeat them face down come 2029. So they think that they can suppress these voices, suppress these faces, and oppress them in a way that they will not surface and they continue to perpetuate themselves in power. This is what we are continuing to call on you, that don't allow these kleptocrats, these bunch of thieves, they rode and you don't allow them to consolidate power. The people are seriously putting themselves together now to leave power. Even Darius didn't told you people that the Unity Party is good in maintaining power. What does that tell you? Darius Didon was not the only person. The next person that came out is the chairperson of the Unity Party, Reverend Luther Tappe. Whole Reverend telling you that the whole democracy that everybody fought for, people die, and for Chewy Party alone not to lead the country. He's saying that Chewy Party is the reincarnation. That's the Unity Party is the reincarnation of Chewy Party that will lead the country for 200 years. And you take that statement for joke. You take that statement as an ordinary statement, as a statement just for bluff. The ruling party chairman will say to you that they will lead this country for 200 years, and you sit down, you do nothing about it. You take it to be ordinary statement. You take it to be ordinary thing that this man is saying. Let me quickly bring it for you, and you listen to this arrogance.
Call it like your business, but I believe in my heart, Unity Party will rule the country for over 200 years. Whatever you like it, you call it like your business, but I believe in my heart, Unity Party will rule the country for over 200 years.
Y'all be sitting there. Y'all be waiting for 2029. Y'all be waiting for 2029. The people are seriously consolidating power. That's also the higher ups who you're listening to, talking about how they will lead a country for 200 years. Can you imagine? Can you imagine one fool who is heading an institution that is pinning the Liberian people, that is suffering the Liberian people, suppressing the Liberian people, pushing Liberians way down to the ground, humiliating people. People are being ripped of their dignity, to the extent that kids are no longer under control. Right now, as we're speaking, go at the Dream Army area, go at the Exodus, go at all those entertainment places around town, including the Red Lion. You see kids who are supposed to be under parental care, even though they may reach the age of maturity in line with biology, but we are saying under our values, tradition, customs, and norms, these things are not supposed to be happening. This is under Joe Bwaka. That's why the Solidarity and Trust for a New Day stand, our support stand in the protest against Joe Bwaka misrule in the protest against Joe Barker providing security for concession companies to kill our people, to pollute the waters of our people that our people are supposed to rely on for drinking, even though they did not build modern pumps for our people, so our people have pipe-borne water. And Joseph Barker providing security for them to kill our people. Decide to stand against these things. We stand on this platform. Decide to stand against Barker taking money from motorcyclists. At the end of the day, you make the motorcyclists to go sit down home. Some of them turn into criminals and robbers. And some of them are drug users now and doing different things that are inimical to the society and the kind of civilized nature that we want Liberia to have. All of these SSCs will be standing against them, and Liberians should not stay there and be deterred and be scary because of the fake thing Boaka doing. Boaka is weak. Boaka does not have that standing. He does not have that infantus. He does not have the temerity, the audacity, and the tenacity. He does not have the balls to unleash violence on you. I guarantee you, Liberians. If that your fear, then it means that you're still on suffering. Hey, Representative, you got call over to you. Well, I wouldn't want you depending on down there to face things where you can stand up for yourself. You will die. So you'll be there. 2029. The people consolidating power. If they have already consolidated power and become so grounded indeed, what can you do? You take the street, the people beat you, they kill you, they shoot you. What you can do? Nothing. At that time, you powerless, you helpless. At the time that they've not reached that peak where they stay trying to do recruitment exercises, you need to stand up. You need to stand up firm and make Mr. Boaka to know that he's not leading this country in the direction he was elected for. And make Mr. Boaka to know that Liberians are tired of going to bed with hunger. Liberians are tired of being embarrassed that other Liberians that should be, competing in the economy. When flunkies, weaklings come from neighboring countries and strive making it in our country, then Liberians who are serious-minded are not given the opportunity. They are being looked down on by our own Liberian people, and other people from outside are being regarded under the Boaka regime, and all these things are happening. Disagree with them, and other institutions that are civil society institutions that mean well for this country angrily say Joseph Boaka must leave on the 17th of July. That's why we will support Stan, and we will be covering that program by 2 o'clock on Friday, on Saturday, the 9th of May in PHP community. 2 o'clock, we will be there covering that program when Moba K. Modu, the chairman of Stan and the leader of this planned coalition protest, will be announcing to the entire world that the 17th of July will be the final moment when Joe Barker will decide to lead Liberia in a rightful direction, respecting constitutional provisions, avoiding eroding the democratic space that have been created by other leaders that have worked hard to make sure Liberia reach where we are today, and to make sure that Boaka is concerned with the bread and butter issue and forget about throwing jabs on Liberians and rendering Liberians as dogs, as in a case of Adolf Hitler referring to Jews as diseases. Those things must be refrained from by Mr. Boaka, and those are all of the SSAs, to include the kind of hardship. Boaka has no contingency plan. The arrest agenda is a failed one because there is no plan that in the first 90 days that you do not have a foundation and you think you can achieve after 2-3 years. It's a failure, and you have already failed, and there can be no comeback, no resuscitation. All you need to do is to apologize. If you can leave, you leave our country so that we can make this country a better place for all Liberians to have their rights and responsibilities properly balanced. Our language tutor Give us just 2 minutes in interpretation, then we'll go quickly to the lines on those numbers you usually call us on this platform, Freedom Hard Talk here on Freedom FM 87.9. I'm Junkies Morris. Call me on those numbers 0776 104 104, 0776 104 104, 086 500 104, 086 500 104. And only for the desperate callers, you can call me on +231 86 500 104, +231 86 500 104. Our language tutor, quickly, then we go to the lines. The lines are already bustling.
It's Adama, it's Okwadama, why me, why can't wake up, you can't come away, you can't play good and manuma. You got Melang, I want to know man in it. You go if I pay Igbo, crowd of Pone and you. Not for bone, not to the quarter and the tour, the manuma, if I like a note again, it's not trouble. Jacko, did you your back pomated in never poor, but got a low pot, Jack back up, and no idea. Deep body deck, the capon and look and I get like. Can it ever gadi? But Bongo play Kakasia, Bongo playing as you can go Nanga about American and Abaka play lie. Abaka never do corporate toy and Abaka never take couple move. So morning I do with the guy. Can I get the Malagay? Can you make go? So when I do come Namel, no quacks or no quack, Kaka wanna look at good man, the YouTuber, need to go more, good play. Yet demanded the share mark the cup commanded in one opponent. Sakata the clock of Ramudi at the format Amo. Kagan wanted to go to Luca. To go over no Joe Bagay, Maria Geddy, Kakuvo Lune, Tina on knocking or Tina Yagaro, Tina Yago, Pop, Cook of Abrinia by Julaka to Kakabizu. Now follow Boo filler. I got now follow Poo. Kalolu meta me feel it. Go back a Gwen, go back where Gwenima. Can't mean a quacket about going many can ring sweet. Papa Nedia. Kagunwa bo, Kaguna met the god more. Would they need to qualify? Capas or Freddy never dividing one fresh of Marquali. Yapaka never the gosh of Marquali. Kapaka ye. Yapai bonitoy safe fooling our whole day. Yapa bonido toy. Iko na. The first I mean, you don't about gosh of Marquali. Kagun never crack, eh? Copper can do what can't ring me. University card. Who never can motor get. Tina trouble kaga did you Kabako my dead upon can you go make up on did but I woman a bow. Can you apply the pole to go to Povo to go to Pa? Can you man I get in regular to Ghana Malaga get it? Can you make what I'm good no idea I get Tina trouble kaga did you? Ye Kapa Meling I correct better ye Cap I cook and red cow could come more merman. Can you mamma Kapa merman? Cheddar Boagai. Meling ya get it. Mengu for I very bad report in one to puff and ring. Never for I poor. If I leg a good one, dear, Tina trouble child, he got the line is sir. Can you don't look but I cannot go tongue calai? Can you learn no bayana? There way pack a good one I get eat or I shall be a guy no way. You borrow I can't a poor. I get a gumaka can never because I quit look tack back I do. To go lana, to come my legs or gonna go out to go more. Can I don't want to I know what I get a one regular to be. To the boy, don't I met a boy? Then you better don't pop and ring. Before the decision now waited to eat a pona, beg I borrow. So cover guy and ring a cacapo. So may I want to know dead and Mokaka water dear. In the cover wood and ready like a Nema. Go back like a poco couldn't make it about me and back and wake up. While therefore he put me a judge of Bagay. Many if again and go back a pull mamma. You can not go the temple and ride where go medical. You like a dear. Can not like you know that the well I get in Nuga. To the Bagay leg. Nếu phải biết rồi thì po phơi đấy cái ya chuyện đó bà biết cái bố cái đi mình cái cái phải là cũng đi bán được cái gì so mẹ thì trên cái sự mẹ đi mà chuyện đó bà cái người cái cũng po cũng phải giàu ya mình nó có bao nhiêu biết bà cái cũng phải giàu mình mới mà ya mà cái để inu đặt cái là bà bán được cũng đó bà cái đó muốn nói đi đầu từ đấy có cũng nói ra cũng cái cũng nói cho phụ cái cái mà cái này xem bây giờ có biết cái nào bây giờ đúng không bà cái đó này cái mà cái đó là cái có mà biết cái này bây giờ thì có được quy luật bà chủ thì là na thì có mà lấy cho bộ cũng nói là bao bự ý sẽ cần thay gì cái mình lấy ngã cờ cũng nói được mọi cái thì cái nước bơi cái sao cái mình lấy đi cho về sai cũng nói phê cái này nè dia đó cứ nói chắc bé thứ để bla nghe cứ nói thì nói được thì thấy bọn này ý sẽ ý có bộ qua được bọn đấy chứ đó bỏ cái bia cái bộ cái ý pa dia ngủ mày được pa mà cái này có được gạo quay được gạo được cũng nói dia được gạo đã đi nghe được pa được gạo tìm na ra kula gì được à xe được cô pa pa xe to ko te nga tuo dia daga na kula kulo ne diga mo be ma ti pe nga de kulo e no di tena di jama kwali i di kwa di pele ke di ju kani ya no kula na di ju le ya na we no ni ga nga no di nya e jama kwa ageti na to be ikpo ma te nga nya ta nga no adi pona ya na di kula nye kana apa na me di ka pe na ake ikpo ma te nga no adi pona so jira paka ya nye na pa na ya na go lo pa na mane kwa i mo kwa nyi ya ba ga no ma ma le ya ba mo nya o ya ga di ipa ika ma le ka ikpo ma bia ka igboro nga ipa dia do je do baga to nga mera boya ndengi fo ai po ifo mo ni ndengi mama ko do ngo no ka ma ndengi pokpo no pokpo nyi ko mo ndengi mama e ko no nga ko la ko nya wa ta ka ma jo ma na wi ya ku lo no do do chulo nkete ta ka ma jo ma na nya o nu ko no nga ko no ko ai kura gara ma ila ma twa nga idi pa igunu abod ikra de nu le po tu po me po ikai ko manika me nyi da gwa du mo ya ifa wa wo to dia de anu ka po nyo de ge na churi jura bo ga to me da bo ya de ngi fo bi adu na ipo de ngi fo abi adu na ipo po ka da du mu di be ma ele ga de ga di na di amara ko ne ka na bo lu ni ma o age ka na di kura nye bi go a me da bo na ka ne me ga de i na me me nu da me da bo apla gi go me di ma i di wa na me be ni kura di ju jura bo ga ya de ga yo ngi fo abi adu na ipo kuto ngba ya gara di jodo bo aka ku kwa ni po ku bo pa fo ya
Okay.
so jango ma we so kwa da ma po nye ngo fa ko le me be kre nga no ade ga ngo me di i do de ka di nga ba kwa du ne no ipa no ngi ma me nyo na ga fa na ku no ku na kri nga po no me nga di ma ku na fa ba ga mo ko se ko de ka so me kre da ba mo nya ko ba ku se wu mo ku ba ya jodo bo ka nga ko ma di ma ya vle wa ya i no ka nya ku me nga ku po nga se me nya ga no ngi ma i da la bo ba ne nga ka fe tina to ngwa do mbe abana ge so jonge mai so kwa da ma po fa ko le mama awon ja ge ngan no kwa da ku ye bo ku kwa ne ko be pa ko ngai pa an de po ngai du an so bo ka ke ngi ne po ngai du an ku ye bo bu me du no kwa ka de ku ye bo ba da so isi ada ma ja now isi o po ga ko le bono
Okay, thank you. Thank you. That was David Flomo, our language tutor here on the show. Like I said, call me on those numbers. Saturday, the Solidarity and Trust for a New Day stand headed by Mobake Molu will be announcing to the entire world a nationwide protest to be held on the 17th of July. And we take this first call online one to begin with. This call, hello, your name and you joining us from where? How are you and where are you joining us from?
Yeah, hello, my name is Prince Don. I'm calling from Broadway Rainbow Community, concerned citizen of Just State.
Go ahead. Hello? This caller online too. Go ahead quickly. How are you?
This is Mr. Kamara from District 17.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I've been following the topic on your discussion. I listened to everything you said. Joseph Boga came to power to suffer with the Liberian people. But we'll not wait for 2029. We pray the protest will be successful. We will go and protest. But what we're going for him to do that he will listen. If he can't listen, let him resign. And even the police that he's depending on, we the citizens will win on the police. But even the joint security that is in the country. So that is the party chairman Safu himself said they will run the country for 200 years, will rule the country like that. When I say that to see it, because when you go talk for your own right, after you go talk, they will start beating you. So we're waiting.
Okay. Thank you. We'll leave it there and go to this line to take this call. Hello.
Good evening.
Go ahead. Quickly, your name and you joining me from where?
I'm Steven P. Kaifa, and then I'm coming in from a 12th Street resident of Pennsylvania. Liberians cannot wait to see the return of His Excellency Josh Okomano because we believe in our mind that he is the common people president. That's what Jeremiah Cole said. Just a common man. You understand? And when he come in, Jeremiah Cole come in. Just we have to find him as a common person. So we need this common person to come and redeem us from this so-called rescue lesson. So when we look around the message, it's not resonating. How can you deploy AFL in the mountains to mount concession area? Then the Makona area in those power will have to stop it. There's no presence of the military. What is going on? Why the president is hiding? We would like the voice of sin. I mean, we encourage the life of mobile money. Very critical. I mean, he can come out, we will be there. We'll have our support. We'll have our people, we talk to them, and we will join you. Because we believe that it's the best thing for the country. And the whole mass of the country, like United Party people, if you realize that there's no job, they cannot create job for the youth. They lack strategy to control the economy. The economy is crashing. Gasoline prices is going up. Things are rocketing. Where are we heading, Junkies? Where are we heading? Is this a rescue mission that we pray for? I mean, you cannot win with less than 1% and bubble something like you say you are a demagogue. When is the reconciliation message? When the boycott part of reconciliation? I mean, the council or churches, is this a church authority that run the country? He is the head of the country. He should be brave to go to the doorstep of justice and appeal to him because of the what? Injustice. How can you have a sitting president or former president in the airspace of Liberia? You tell him that he cannot land. He can rely on he is position. Where is this country heading? Why is it hit for? He was sick around here and then the man render you services to go to hospital just so you should come back to life. He had the personal money to have said, you serve as years vice president. You will have keep money for your health. But he did it on a good man. And then he will return, you tell him like, he cannot use the terminal, he cannot land on the airport, he put a whole lot of bureaucracy and then it thinks, no. I think we must be serious in the country to bring jobs we are by 2029. The only thing we can do, we cannot go back to the future. I mean, I like the life of Jackie, he's poor. I'm monitoring him, he's doing well. The people is resonating with him. Condemn the acts that went on at gunfire in District 1, Jeremiah. I mean, we know that these people were paid agents. Not strange to us. I mean, we will be expecting more than that 20 from the time. We can say who will be in the bank, so we'll be expecting it. And we'll be expecting police to jump over their gas. We use a political brain to maneuver, to carry on the message of George Performance we that he will extend to the president to come 2029. We are serious about this mandate, and we will govern that our forces, our little resources, and make sure that the lives of people president, build full houses, that carry on the path, and make the country reliable, that carry on employment, job employment. And this United Party people can put down our EPS officers, some 400 and some more men.
So I'm even told the EPA officers are supposed to be part of the protest, and they will be in the PHP community on Saturday.
And I will be there. I will be there with my own support. I can guarantee you that I have my support, have my support.
Okay.
People that listen to us, we will be there from 12th Street to make sure that this message of
no PHP, not 12th Street, PHP.
We will move from 12th Street to go to PHP to join the people there and join the voices there to carry on the message of this country.
Thank you.
That will be retained.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Thank you. I'll leave you there and go to line 4 to take this call. Hello. Go ahead quickly. The public is listening. Yeah, go ahead from the de facto speakers district.
The United Party people, the party chairman, I think he's drunk with power. He doesn't know what to say.
That's why you gotta go PHP this Saturday. For the people to know that you're serious.
Why will he be 2029 when we check there? He will post power. Maybe that in the sky he will be with leadership, but he's joking.
You'll be suspended between the heavens and the earth.
Even driving the common retailer on the sidewalk, they say they want to take them from the street. They're making living hard for us. Then you telling us they will make 200 years. That in the dream, the next war. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll leave it there and take this caller. My B will go ahead. That's a welcome.
Thank you very much, my son. I know when you own that radio station, I know what you can see. I know, Papa. I trust you and I know what you can see. Thank you for your 30 friends. Very Morris, I don't let people say we're waiting for 2029. 2029 is right here. They're not way again. 2029 are tomorrow. They're not 5 years, they're not 6 years. 2029 is tomorrow. So I like to hear business talking of opposition party talking say we're waiting for 2029. What are you going to be doing? Where are the mechanisms you are putting into place for 2029 to reach? The only mechanism now you can put into place for 2029 come this coming start to the PSC community and inviting all community districts to come in the PSC community to celebrate that day. The final launch to pronounce to tell the whole world that this coming Saturday will be of the biggest pronouncement in the PSC community to tell the whole world that July 17th will be the heaviest protest ever before.
Wow.
So it will not be easy. So I want to ask everybody, and I want to extend my thanks and appreciation to my chairman, my dynamic chairman. I highly appreciate it. Let you keep on the good work that you always doing. And only God can bless you. He and his team, down to ready, all of them. So let them step out. Come Saturday, the 9th of May. PSC community will take. Thank you for having me, sir.
Thank you. That is Ma'am Beatrice Williams there on the line, and she was speaking about hosting the stand, that is the Solidarity and Trust for a New Day there in the PHP community where she resides and serves as chairlady. So this caller back online too. Hello, your name and you joining us from where?
Yeah, good evening, Jockey Morris.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they were back for justice, they concern for justice.
Yeah, Vicky, you're calling my number. Sorry. Okay.
Jockey Morris, thank you very much, my brother. My sister, yes, I'm for PSC community. I'm calling you, your sister, this Saturday. She will be in charge of the bar.
Wow.
I said, wedding, but not telling that wedding.
Okay.
No protest like a papa in the country yet. The protest that we protest, Joseph Waka, and all that day with Morocco. I was there. That the letter I was sending for the political, I was telling with the Jordan, with the careful here at me. I will be there. Saturday of PSC, I will be there. My protest on my ethic. Let me tell you, they report that Luther Cafe, so that they will be in power for 200 years. Let me tell you, Luther Cafe is training for instead, in a training for children or born children. Luther Cafe was related to me, and the United States has related to me on the million years. Luther Cafe, I say, after 7 o'clock, 2029, nobody will be on earth here to pray with me because the president in the country. Let me tell you, what we are going through, 2029, before 2029 start now, we will be on the street and we'll be the biggest protest that coming. The one will go back to what the thing country will be on the street and will say signals of the international community. All the thing country will be on the street be protesting. Let's say that we are ready to kill her, and when you kill her, all the international community, you're going to kill anything that is on the room, you will remain there, they will see it. Thank you very much.
That was Victor Abad from Johnsonville talking about joining the protest on the 17th. Okay. Okay, Victor Abad, thank you for your call. Leave you there and go to line 3. Hello, this caller, your name and you joining me from where? Go ahead, man, Benu. Saturday is the launch of the protest that should see Bwaka leading or leaving.
Our team will be there. This is our 2029. Our president will go to web ballot to win on the web ballot. We're not going to vote and put it in a bar. But web ballot, we are going on 2029.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Mabeno. We leave Mabeno there and take Joseph Colley from the United States of America. Yeah, Jojo, welcome.
How everything, man?
By God Almighty grace, I am guarded, bro.
Yeah, this is Joseph Colley calling from New York. And to Mama Liberia. Is it not a same clown that protested when they didn't get him power, he ran away from Liberia? in protest? Is it another same clan that did that kind of thing? No, man, Liberian people, look, it's not really a show, man. I know you guys, they are just a bunch of clowns. When we don't give them the chance, you know, they just won't find a way to make their own airline. That's not the same clown that went and took the Liberian people money. They saying how they got it, the committee money, and get it. These guys are just power drunk, greedy bunch of clowns. That's all.
Yeah.
They're there to see. Nothing else. They don't have no impact but to see. They may not have, when they didn't get him power, he ran away from the protesting. That kind of clown can't sit down and Liberian people here won't listen to you. That man is a junk, man.
Okay.
Fool.
Okay.
Brother, we talk, man. God bless you, man.
Okay, Jojo, later, bro. Yeah, that was Jojo from the United States of America. And I'll leave Jojo there on the line. Go back to line 1. Hello.
I did Junkie Morris.
Oh, the General. How are you? Welcome to the platform. Freedom Hard Talk here on Freedom FM 87.9.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me say hi to your video guest.
Yeah, he's our language tutor here.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah, we have blog about Molu for the West. What is for the Liberian people? Look, the book is the rescue and not rescue us. All what we was doing those three, and yet they said was there, started getting there. That we was doing S1, they're going to save us. They're going to save us. They're going to save our land. So they attack the power. What's going on? They want land, they take it from us, but what I go is fine, you can't say that. What I say, the particular master. So they put out that was calling that saying, so what's our society? So they, you can see that if you can talk today. What about Moru? What about Moru standing up for the Liberian people? All the first, we all want to play. Because we all want to play. We are there, in the schedule of council today. They are no more, you can see that around. They're working.
Yeah.
They are free for. They're making their money on a work administration. Anything is going on the carpet today. On a work administration today. You can hear my talking now. What are the embassy for? I was doing services all over the place, but where are they? They come and protest, but they can't go to the town. They can't make people on the radio. Oh, we'll be there. Oh, we'll start a protest. They can't go. They can't show face.
Yeah, they are cowards. That's why they can betray. And this time around, it's the whole country. The whole country got to stand up for Joe Barker to know that. Yes. Show. Show. Yeah. Yeah. So Saturday all road lead to PHP. Okay. I know, General. I know, General. No, thank you. Okay, that was Man CC, the general of all general. the general. This caller, second to the last caller, then we squeeze in the last call and call it a night. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Murray.
How are you?
Well, I give God a grace.
Go ahead quickly. The public is listening.
This is Mr.
calling you from Bucket Factory, Bakaya.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me first of all applaud Mr. Monu for the effort that you are doing for the Liberian people. Well, my call here tonight, I want to tell the Unity Party chairman who said that he will leave for 200 years. It's a dream, and we are standing back. Because if he continues to push on the wall and he bounce back, it will be a serious problem. So we are telling the UP government this coming Saturday, now we want any discrepancy. Because when they bring the discrepancy, we ourselves will bounce back to them before they put their time.
Okay.
For that.
Okay, thank you. And that was our second to the last call. We squeeze in this last call. Then I call it a night. Yeah, hello. Welcome to the platform. You are the last caller on the show.
Yeah, my name is South Africa.
And my name is Junkie Morris here too. And I'm calling from Freedom Hard Talk.
I know.
Go ahead.
Are they Mr. Morris?
Yeah.
Austin
was here yesterday and you'll be here tomorrow. Go ahead quickly to the issue.
Yeah, but the issue here is Mr. Barker feels that some people so the president to force things from power by protest. Well, we cancel police and not even like people so I will cancel things from power by force.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. That was our last call on the show. That was our last call. And exclusively, let me make this exception here. Hello.
Good evening, Sir Murray.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead quickly.
Thanks so much for the show. For the record, I'm Otis Sanka and I call you from Cardiff tonight. Let me appreciate you so much, though. But, everything, you cannot keep doing the same thing and expect different results. And sometimes when you say the same, people want to feel, they want to catch feelings. But, some of us, we have never believed in the leadership of President Baka.
Oh, when you say that, people don't want to catch feelings.
No, it's not about Unity Party, neither the CDC. Just, for me, I have never believed in the leadership of President Baka. And so what's happening now is not strange. But what we tend to do for this country is to awaken, that kind of spirit will help transform this country for the betterment of the young people. Because, mind you, check Liberia now, our population consists of 54% of the population are young people. Whatever we do, they were fed with young people more slaves than the elder people. So I just encourage.
Conclude.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, okay, there's exception. Hello. Yeah, my best say quickly. 15 seconds.
So thank you, the EV. We don't have that I found so they will say that 40 years old, 50. He lied.
So what do you do Saturday? PHP Saturday. You got to show Mr. Joe Barker and Jeremiah Kuhn. Okay. Okay.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber. Stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands.
And so, a very big thank you to Gerald Morris, who always allow additional time for our people to be abreast with the necessary information they need to get on a daily basis. To all of you that try calling, those that called and were successful, those that always sit by and they are silent listeners, our diaspora listeners and followers, our haters and antas, and those who like us, and who want to see Junkie Murray every day, and the minute when I want to see me. Thanks for being on the show. Our language tutor was here. He's David Flomo. And we'll be here on tomorrow, Thursday, for the weekend's edition when Austin Kawai and myself will be on the platform. So I want to say from my end,
bye-bye on this evening of May 8th, Wednesday, 2026. Bye-bye from my end. My name is Junkies Morris, and I will see you on tomorrow. Bye-bye.